All right, this morning the search is on for a person of interest in the shooting death of Houston Police Sergeant Sean Rios. One suspect already in custody. Rios was shot and killed along the North Freeway Monday afternoon. Police believe that Rios was killed after intervening in a road rage incident while driving to work on the North Freeway.
He doesn't turn the other cheek. He doesn't put on the blinders. If you saw something, he's going to act. If it's appropriate, be a good witness. If it's appropriate to save lives, you need to intervene. That's just the way they're wired.
Police arrested Robert Soliz yesterday afternoon for the shooting. Now they're looking for a second man seen on surveillance video with Soliz. Police call him a, quote, extreme person of interest. Meanwhile, the entire Houston Police Department is showing support for Sergeant Rios' family. He leaves behind a wife and 4 children. Janelle Ford is live with that part of the story. Janelle?
Well, Xavier, the one thing we've heard across the board from Sergeant Sean Rios is friends, loved ones, and co-workers is this was a generous guy. You heard it in that quote from Chief Art Acevedo. This was a man always willing to help. Sergeant Rios was a United States Marine Corps veteran. He'd been on the Houston Police Force for 25 years. The Houston Police Union says he worked in Southeast Houston for a while. He was currently assigned to Bush Airport, though, and beyond his service, he was a husband and a dad. His youngest, just 7 years old, the oldest, 17. One of his sons had a football game yesterday. He told his family he didn't want to miss it because his dad would have wanted him to play. So Rios' brothers and sisters in blue showed up to the game to support his son, including high-ranking members, and they even had a flyover.
We just wanted to honor the family. Sean Rios, Sergeant Rios was an awesome guy. He was always out there trying to make a difference, always trying to help. Tragic that we lost him, but that is some of the risks that we have in our job, but that's okay. We do this to help people.
Now, a lifting moment last night. Rios' son actually scored a touchdown in that game. His loved ones definitely going to miss him. Back to you, Xavier.
All right, Janelle Ford, that is a pretty cool moment. Thank you. Well, we are staying on top of this story. You can see more about how Sergeant Rios is being remembered and get the latest on that investigation on our website, KHU.com, and the KHU 11 app.